Students, we're talking about finding E, that special number. Let's look at the algebraic function here, 1 plus 1 over x to the x power. Let's plug in 1. If I plugged in 1, let's see what would happen. I have 1 plus 1 over 1 to the 1, which is 2 to the 1, which is 2. What if I plugged in 2? If I plugged in 2, I would have 1 plus 1 over 2 to the 2, which is 1.5 to the 2, which is 2.25. Now what if I kept on doing this? If I kept on doing this and I kept on getting larger and larger and larger, what about to infinity? Okay. Well, to infinity, I would have the number E. Let's take a look at this using the graphing calculator and the table. Okay, in this particular case, we're going to use this we're going to use this key right above ln. That is e to the x. And I'll show you how we're going to do that. First of all, let's zoom in and talk about putting a expression in the equation editor. So here we go. Let's turn the calculator on, the equation editor. And remember that expression we were just talking about. And so there it is right there. And so now what we want to do is you want to use the table feature. So we're going over the second table. And if you followed that other video on how to do the table, there you have the setup. Okay. If you need to see the setup, I'll just put that right here so you can see how I have that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go back to my table and let's put 1 in here. Okay, it's going to tell me there's a 2. Let's put the 2 in there. There's a 2.25 we just figured out. All right, so let's crank it up a little bit here. 10, 100, 1,000. Now, notice if you would, the number is increasing, okay? But remember, it's 1 to a smaller fraction amount each time we do this. So what if I did 1,000 thousandths? 2.7183. Remember, that's a rounded answer. So that value is E. Again, what is E? I'm going to use that key and say E to the x, so E to the 1 power. Again, 2.718281828. Actually, it keeps on going, but it doesn't repeat. So that is the value E. And that's what we mean when we talk about finding E. Okay. Also, you may find it interesting. E is also, this is a calculus idea. If you had the curve 1 over x, a rational function, which we have been talking about, okay, the rational function, and if we pick the number 1, remember that's 1, 1, and let's just say for the sake of argument, okay, remember this is 1, so wouldn't this be 1 square unit, right? If I wanted to find that much area under the curve, believe it or not, it stops at E, which is 2.7. So that area is 1 and that area is 1 too. Just a little extra finding E. Hope that helps.